Good morning. I'm trying a little different camera angle so I don't have to hang onto the phone. Saturday, October 22nd, on the way to the racetrack. Going to Farmington for their door car palooza. It's all door car race, pays good money. Like Farmington. Don't have much luck there, but we like the track. Really like the people. I think that's the biggest thing. There's just good people over there. Had a little oil pan leak from 2 weeks ago. I lifted on the first pass, the pan hit the racetrack and it cracked a weld. It cracked a weld in where the kickout is. I struggled with that for a couple of days trying to get it to quit leaking. Until I finally just said to hell with it and sanded it all down and sprayed it down with brake clean. Did that a couple of times and then applied an excessive amount of JB weld to it. Then, because it's only been 60 degrees during the day, I went outside with the hairdryer, propped the hairdryer up so it was pointed at it, and let it run for about 5 hours. I got it good and dry. Not leaking now, so that's not a good fix, but it's what we've got for now. Had to drain some oil out of it. Boy, the oil looked horrible. I hated having to change the oil now, but it looked so bad. It needed done. So we'll go today. I don't know what we're going to do after that. We'll see how things go today. More than likely, we'll end up going one more time this year. I know we keep saying that this might be it if things go badly, but I'm an idiot. Obviously hate money, because I sure spend it like it grows on freaking trees. Anywho, need to stop, put some fuel in the truck. It's about a 190-mile round trip for me, and my fancy little thing up here says 140 miles to empty. That's not going to work. So I gotta stop, put fuel in the truck. Gotta stop at the grocery store, buy a small bag of ice, probably buy some snacks. I know Scotty says don't eat during the day, but I'm a fat guy and I like food. Anyway, get on down the road. We'll talk back at you in probably a couple of hours. See ya. Call this for first round. If I had to dial it right now, I'd put a 615 on it. Air's pretty good. This track tends to be a little quick. So let's see what happens. All right, one and only time run. A 615 in the box. Left the delay alone from Piedmont 2 weeks ago. So we should be set up hopefully around 15. Let's see what happens. All right, made first pass. It was 38. I don't know if I should adjust it or just leave it alone and figure I was a little late. I guess we got a buyback, so we might just leave it alone. Went 616 with a 0. So 15 was a pretty good guess. We might have to dial it up. at least 1 or 2 numbers depending on what the air does, because the air's really good right now. Ran a Gulfstar TV Camaro. We both did a couple of big wheelies. Mine wasn't near as big as his was, but that was fun. 60 foots here are a little quick. I think their clocks are a little off, but went 124. It ain't going 124. It just, that's not a normal number. But anyway, so that was fun. Car run good. It shifted right. It looked like, according to, I recorded the pass with my tack, so I could see where it's actually shifting. It's shifting about 6,700 and going 66, 67, somewhere in there. And it's going through the lights about 69.50, between 69 and 7. So that part's right. We're probably short shifting it a little bit, but it doesn't have much cam, so. Anyway, that was fun. Now let's see if we can just win a couple of rounds today. See ya. So they called up double entries first and odd numbered. I got an even car number. So the air's changed a little bit. It's gotten a couple 100 feet worse. Dew point's gone down a little. Went 16 with a 0. I don't know what to dial. I don't know if I should put a 16 on it. I think it's probably going to slow up one just because the temperature's gone up. Put a 15 on it. Figure it's going to pick up a little now that we got a pass under our belt. Put a 16 on it, and then we might be holding one. God, I don't want to do that. We got a buyback. I guess we'll put a 16 on it and wheel her out. But anyway, it's a beautiful day. So, all right. Guess we'll see you in a little bit. So I forgot to hit record. So I got a white ticket. Oof. Well, that's close, but we'll take it. So I forgot to hit record. Yeah. I was running a man who didn't have his dialing on his windshield, and I didn't know what he was dialed. So I was more focused on that, getting that put in the box, than I was worried about hitting record. Anyway, I'll put the time slip up. I was 13, he was 15. I went dead 3. He took the finish line by 002 and broke out by 001. I didn't give him any room. I made the decision about 2/3 track that I was running the son of a bitch out. I wasn't sure I was getting there, but I was running it out. Yeah, so that's good. Didn't have to buy back. Hopefully it's just first round buybacks, not first or second. Oh well. Anyway, car's working pretty good. I mean, working really good right now. So, on to the second round. See you in a bit. Maybe I'll remember to hit record this time. All right, going up for second round. I left everything alone. Air's gotten a little worse, but not enough to where it makes me think it's going to slow down a little bit. So, let's see what happens. Took a long time to run us. Had somebody brake, and we sat up there a long time. I knew it was going to slow down. Got the win. Went 18. The 008 to his 11. All right, on to round 3. Just call this for third round. Went 18 with a 5 not that long ago, and the air's exactly the same, so we're going to put an 18 on it. Put 2 little numbers in the box because we were 8. I'd rather be around 10 to 15. So, all right. All right, so we won that round. I killed 4 miles an hour. It probably would have won a 17, I'm guessing, if I'd have run it out. So we're going to need to dial down 1. My man was late. I guess he was tired and didn't want to race anymore. But hey, I'll take it however I can get it at this point. So we'll probably dial down one. We'll leave the box alone because we were 13. And we'll just keep going until we can't go no more. Fourth round. So far the game plan and just run that son of a bitch out seems to be working all right. So went dead 6. We'll probably leave the 17 on it, leave the box alone. It was a little late, so we should be good that part. Anyway, maybe about, I don't know, 20 25 cars left, so we'll see. Well, my light wasn't pretty, but it was better than his. And I got us a white time slip. That's all that matters. On to round 6. See, we have a yellow time slip. I don't know what happened. It slowed way down. Went 622 on a 17 dial flat out. I was 002 to his 22. I don't know. I don't get it. It lost 3 at half track. Oh well. It was a decent day. I mean, but that's not how I wanted it to end. But hey folks, so let's recap last night. We did all right. First round, I forgot to record the pass. The guy I was racing had a digital delay board. The guy I was racing had a digital dial-in board, only on the tower side. He didn't have his dial-in on the windshield, so I couldn't see what he was dialed. And I hadn't seen it prior to when we got buckled in the car, so when we got in the water, I was more worried about finding the dial-in boards to see if he was slower than me, because I kind of thought maybe it was, just by looking at it. And he was, so I was more worried about getting that put in the box than taping the pass, and I forgot to hit record, and yeah, I won a close round. Left everything alone second round, got the W. I'd pretty much made the decision going into the day the same as it was the last time out. If it's close, run it out. Just don't lift. And it was working. My lights were decent. I missed it a couple of times a little bit. Went up for the 5th round, and as we were in the staging lanes, I kind of had a realization my best light of the day was a 008. Everything else was like 13, 11, maybe there was a 15 in there, and then a couple of that weren't quite so great. I thought, all right, so the 008, we really smacked the hell out of it on that one. I thought, so I figured at this point, if I really smack the hell out of it, we're going to leave it alone. If not, we'll just kind of figure it's in the teens somewhere and we'll hit the bump down, knock 10 out of it, and we still should be good. I let go of it and it felt decent, and I hit the bump down, knocked 10 out of it. When it left, it was still green. I thought, that's a good sign. And we rolled on down through there, and he was dialed like 553, I think. And when I started to look for him, I looked the first time, I couldn't. Hold on a minute, that's wrong. I only looked once. I got confused with an earlier pass. But he was still way closer than he should have been. And I literally heard him rip it like 3 times when he went by me. But anyway, everything else has been right so far. So back to what we were doing. See him anywhere. And I looked pretty early. And then I looked the second time, I thought, oh, he's closer than he should be. I thought something's not right. And I ran 5 numbers off. So when I was coming back on the return road, I just happened to look down at the oil pressure gauge and thought, this thing ain't got much oil pressure. I only had like 35 pounds. And normally it's normally got a lot more than that. So I kind of goosed the throttle a little bit, and it went up a little, but not much. And I thought, something seems a little wrong. But on the flip side, it was the first time I had put a lot of passes on the car pretty back to back to back to back. I mean, we literally made the previous pass 25 minutes before that one, and then probably half an hour before that one. So, you know, we were starting to hot lap the car a little bit, and I thought, well, maybe the oil's just finally got some heat in it. So anyway, I came out this morning and spun the thing over to start it, and, you know, pump it a couple times, spin it over, pump it a couple more times, spin it over some more, and I realized the oil pressure gauge never moved. I thought, that's weird. So I fired it up, let it run about 15 or 20 seconds. Oil pressure gauge never moved. I thought, that's not good. I got out, popped the radiator cap. It was still full of water. Put a dipstick in it. I don't have a dipstick in it. The tube's there, but I just got a cap on it. So I put a stick in it, checked it, and I thought, still full. Still looks clean. That's a good sign. So let's try this again. Fired it up, and it climbed up to about 35 pounds and kind of sat there. Went about 45 pounds and just kind of sat there. Got up to about 50 pounds and kind of sat back down to 40, and then it kind of slowly climbed back up to about 55, back down to 50, up to 60. Okay, we're at 65. Oh, now we're back down to 55, and it just kind of did this the whole time it was idling. It never got up to its normal cold pressure, which is about 75 pounds, and it's just rock solid. It just kind of hovered between 65 and 55 after it ran for, I don't know, maybe 90 seconds. So that's not a good sign. So I thought, well, I'll put a different filter on it and check to see if it does the same thing in case the bypass is stuck, blah, blah, blah. And I thought about it, and I thought, that's a brand new filter and there's brand new oil. Let's pull the filter off and cut it open. I pulled the filter off and was dumping the oil out of the filter, and I was in the sunlight, and I thought, oh, look at that. That looks like metal flake paint. It's all sparkly. That's bad. So at this point, it hurt a bearing. I mean, it's probably a rod bearing, and that's why the oil pressure was doing this goofy thing, was because it was... So we're done for the year. I'm not going to thrash on it to fix it. I'd already was kind of leaning towards taking most of next year off, and this just kind of sealed that deal. I have fought with 351 Clevelands for 30 years. I'm tired of it.
Everything I do just makes things worse.
Well then, do better.
I've got some parts to start putting a Windsor together, but I need other big parts like oil pan and headers and heads, and I've got a short block. I don't have a cam. Well, I've got a cam. I don't know if it'd be right for depending. Well, that's neither here nor there. But so that's how we're going to wrap this up. We might need to change the name of this channel to something that's more in tune with just doing general car stuff instead of racing, because there might not be a lot of racing next year. So, yep. We picked up a lot of new followers the last week. That's great. I love that. Thanks everybody for subscribing and all of the views I've gotten. I really appreciate that. Appreciate the folks that come up and say they watch my channel when they see me at the racetrack, including guys that are better than me. But so that's going to wrap this up for now, and I'm sure I'll be back posting some sort of nonsense later, something that's horrible that you should never try at home because it's just blatantly wrong. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll be back later. It probably won't be much racing content for a while, though. So, see ya.